Welcome college football fans to another preview video. In this video, we will be covering the Miami Hurricanes versus the number 24 ranked ACC Coastal champs, the Pittsburgh Panthers. These two teams facing off this Saturday, November 24th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN at Hard Rock Stadium. Now, a couple of quick announcements for this video. This is the last college football game of the regular season. College football is coming to a close, guys. There's still bowl games and playoff games coming for some, but for a lot of us, college football is almost over. And I'm going to miss you guys. You know, it's been fun. But you know what? I'm uploading Miami Hurricanes football content all year long during the off season, so I don't have to miss you guys. Just make sure that you click the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and be sure to join the Hurricanes family because we got content coming all year long, and I've got some pretty crazy stuff planned, and we might touch on a little bit of basketball as well. That's still undecided. And one other quick announcement: as many of you know, this is the week of Thanksgiving. Hope you guys enjoy some quality family time, eat some turkey and some ham. But the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, you guys know, the crazy day full of sales. I am having a sale as well on my website, forgivengear.com. Don't be a fan later shirts, plus all shirts actually on the site will be 25% off, but this is the #1 seller, this guy right here, and there is not a better time to be buying this shirt. Don't be a fan later, but they will all be 25% off. Just use code word Canes when you check out and you'll get the discount. So with the quick announcements out of the way, let's hop into the meat of this preview video. So let's talk some history between these two teams. Now, Miami fans and Pitt fans both, we all remember this matchup from last year. The Pitt Panthers ruined the Canes' perfect regular season record. And because of that, this is revenge week. Now, Miami has won 3 of the last 5 matchups, and the Canes also lead the series against Pitt 25-11. Now, let's discuss some key notes for this game. A potential big blow to the Miami Hurricanes offense: they will have no tight ends for this game. And yes, you heard that right. Due to injuries, the Canes are fresh out of tight ends. I do think that Miami has one other guy available at tight end, but he's not expected to play. And I'm going to try to stay positive with this. I'm really going to have to try hard, but we're going to try to stay positive and just hope that maybe this forces Rick to be a little more creative with his play calling. Maybe. Also, as I mentioned earlier, Pitt will be representing the coastal side of the ACC in the championship game against Clemson. This game will have zero impact on the ACC Championship. It is already decided Pitt will be playing Clemson on December 1st. And, I mean, just to be honest, either way, no matter what happens in this game, Pitt's conference record is 6-1, while Miami is sitting at 3-4. So a Miami win in this game means nothing for the ACC Championship. But I think most Miami fans would agree that given its revenge week, it'd feel pretty good to send Pitt into that game with an extra L. So moving on, let's talk about some stats for these two teams. I'm going to put up a little graphic image here for you guys to take a look at. Points per game coming into this matchup, Pitt is averaging 30 points. Miami is averaging 32. Points allowed against them per game, Pitt is coming in at 28, Miami at 20. Yards per game average for this game, very similar. Pitt coming in at 403 and Miami coming in at 377. Now, yards allowed against them per game, this is where these two teams are very different. Pitt coming in at 405 with Miami coming in at a very respectable 275. So let's transition over to keys for a Miami victory in this game. Number one, I hope that the wide receivers for Miami hit the jugs hard this week, because there were a lot of dropped passes last week against Virginia Tech that would have been touchdowns. If the ball hits their hands in this game, they need to be catching it. Number two, Miami needs to show up with some energy in this game, because let's all be real, we've noticed how dead this team looks, how lifeless this team looks on the sideline. I want to see coaches high-fiving players. I want to see some chest bumps, some secret handshakes on the sideline, because this team has not looked pumped and excited in a while. And this is the last regular season game. Miami players, this could be your last time suiting up at Hard Rock Stadium. Show some passion and some energy and come out and play ball. And lastly, given that we just mentioned Hard Rock, this game is a home game for Miami. The last home game of the season. And although I know it's been super disappointing, there could still be a large turnout for this game, given that it's the last game at Hard Rock. So things could get loud. And Miami coaches and players need to use this to their advantage. Harness the Hard Rock energy. So moving on to keys for a Pitt victory in this game. How in the world does Pitt get a dub at Hard Rock? Number one, you've got bigger fish to fry, right? I mean, you're playing Clemson next week for the ACC Championship game, right? But looking past Miami in this game and taking a big fat L at Hard Rock Stadium could hurt your momentum going into that Clemson game. So Pitt needs to come into this game and not underestimate Miami and take this game seriously. Number two, Pitt's defense must be prepared for Miami's offense to come out swinging. Now, I know some of you are laughing. Miami fans are laughing. Pitt fans are laughing. I know, I get it. But Pitt is allowing over 400 yards against them per game. And this is mostly in passing yardage. Without a tight end, Miami will most likely utilize the spread more. And N'Kosi Perry is starting to get comfortable back there. So I think Miami might air it out a little bit more in this game. And Pitt has got to be ready for that. And lastly, we've already touched on this earlier, but Pitt cannot afford to underestimate Miami, because this is revenge week, baby. And we want some revenge. Trust me. And moving on to the most pointless portion of the video, the part that I myself skip when watching my preview video, the ESPN matchup predictor percentage. They have Miami pretty heavily favored in this game. They have Miami's win percentage chance coming in at 79.6% chance, and Pitt coming in at 20.4%. So ESPN thinks that Miami's going to handle business in this game. So you might be asking yourself, what does Coop think about this game? How does Coop feel about the last regular season game for Miami at Hard Rock Stadium? I'm going to tell you how I feel about this game. The Miami Hurricanes are going to take care of business in this game, 31-20. That's right. The Canes are going to pull out a dub at Hard Rock Stadium. We've got to defend the Rock. And the Miami Hurricanes players are up for the challenge this week. And yes, I know the Miami Hurricanes offense is struggling. They've been struggling all season long. But I really think that N'Kosi Perry is starting to get comfortable with this offense. I think that with the addition of Cameron Davis getting more carries, he's ready to ball out. I think that Miami Hurricanes finally play a full football game. I do think that's what is going to happen in this game. Now, don't underestimate Pitt. Pitt is playing some pretty good football this season. Some really good football. Obviously, they're playing in the ACC Championship game against Clemson. So, yeah, they're playing darn good football. But don't underestimate Revenge Week. Don't underestimate it. The Miami Hurricanes will play a full and complete game from start to finish in this game, and they will handle business against Pitt. So let me know, guys, your score predictions down below. Miami and Pitt fans. Pitt fans, please, I welcome your trash talk. Bring it on, please. Leave your score predictions as well, and a Miami Hurricanes fan will promptly reply. But, you know, it's all in good fun. So let's get a little bit of that trash talk going. I am kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. Football season has flown by, and you guys have made it so much fun. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I'm talking about this like it's a funeral or something, but the regular season is almost over. Guys, just enjoy it. Miami Hurricanes fans and Pitt fans both, just enjoy this game. Have fun, because it's all about college football, man, and just how much we all love the game so much. So don't forget, guys, we'll be going live on Friday, the day before the game, and we will be live streaming during the game. I'll be hooking you guys up with stream links so you guys can watch the game. But remember, guys, we are all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it is always better when you get to rep the U. College football vids, peace out, guys. And I'd like to give a special thanks to my Patreon supporters. These people right here pledge a monthly donation that goes towards upgrading equipment on the channel, prizes for you guys, for the viewers, and goes towards my monthly St. Jude donation. So I appreciate you Patreon supporters very much.